Hey folks, welcome to a week with me on the antidotes to being miserable and stressed out and stuck in the Costco parking lot at Christmas. And we've been walking through this. Number one is because of Christmas, Monday. If you missed it, go back to it. You can release your fear because when your fear is released, you can sleep, but you can also make some cool stuff happen. Second is this. Number two, you can renew your faith because you discover who God actually is as opposed to the misrepresentation, stained glass version of him that you see in a lot of places. And the third thing you discover is in this verse, okay? It says, when they had seen him, like Jesus shows up, when they had seen him, here's what this says, they spread the word. They spread the word concerning what had been told them about this child. And I love this. All who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. That phrase, spread the word, that's a great phrase. Okay? It actually means this. Not only can you renew your fears, release your fears, not only can you renew your faith, you can actually live with life-changing purpose. I live in a town called Granite Bay. Okay, we have Granite Bay, Loomis. We got sort of Sacramento suburbs up here. And you know the tragic thing about our area? The tragic thing is this. Almost everybody here has a lot to live on, and almost nobody has something worth living for. A lot to live on and nothing to live for. It literally creates a miserable life. Why? Because passion, get this, passion and purpose go together. Passion and purpose go together. And in other words, if you have no passion, you'll have no purpose, you'll have no passion. If you have a little bit of purpose, you'll have a little bit. If you have something significant worth, you have a lot of purpose, you will have a lot of passion. And that's what happened to them on Christmas. And which means they pretty much went out and spread the good news. Okay, I'll give you an example of that. Okay, we just passed out thousands, probably 50 to 100,000 of these. These are called You're Invited cards, okay? And they're individual cards. It's got all of our church's service times on it. But we have 13 Christmas Eve services at the Granite Bay campus, and this gets passed out to everybody, and everybody will have a stack of these. And I tell everybody, I will keep these all week long. And if you find me in the mall, if you find me anywhere, find me in a mall, find me in a store, a restaurant, whatever, and just come up and ask me, hey, do you have a You're Invited card? It'll happen for the next 15 days, okay? And what happens is this. If I don't, I told them, I said, if I don't have one, I will give you $5, okay? And they all look at me like, really? And I'm going, absolutely, but you have to have one. Why? Because I use these things. I use these. I leave them with tips. I leave them on tables. I leave them everywhere because somebody just might grab it and look at it and go, Christmas Eve, I'm in. Come to one of our services, meet Christ in that Christmas, and have their eternity change forever. So you're watching this. You live in our area. Come find me. If I don't have one of these cards, I'll give you $5. Mark Clark will give you $20, and so will Kevin Thompson. Now, with this thing, this is what happened a couple of years ago. My daughters, I have identical twin daughters. They said, Dad, we're going to take you to Nordstrom's and make you buy a non-embarrassing shirt. You're going to be up in front of thousands of people. So they hauled me to Nordstrom's. And back in Nordstrom's, there's like where you try stuff on. Then they have like this room where everybody sits and you come out with what you got on and they judge you. And so I'm trying shirts on, walking out and they're going, Dad, that sucks. So back on. So we keep doing this thing until I find the right shirt. Well, there's this lady there, really a fun lady, and she had her two cool for teenage kids with her. And so we're bantering with the kids and with them. And then finally, this lady, we're starting to talk, and I said, hey, by the way, I said, I'm at a church for people that don't like church, okay, usually. And I said, we have amazing Christmas Eve services, and if you'd like to come, here's your invited card. I've been doing this for 30 years, giving these things out. Not one person's gotten mad, because who doesn't want to be invited? They don't have to come, but they're invited, okay? So I give her this card. It's got the service times, all of this stuff on it. And then I buy a non-embarrassing shirt, evidently, and go. And it's the 8th service. I'm done speaking. A sea of people become Christians in the service. I go backstage. Somebody comes backstage and says, hey, somebody's at the I Raise My Hand table. They met Christ. They'd like to meet you. Okay, so I said, great. And as I'm walking out, I said, who is it? And they said, well, she knows who you are. And I said, really? And she said, yeah. She said, I'd like to meet the guy that was standing there speaking. And they said, really, do you know him? And she said, no, but I was in Nordstrom's and he gave me this card, and she was still holding the card. And she and her two teenage boys had all met Christ in the service, and they had all gone to the RAs by hand to get resources and materials on how to follow up and grow their faith. And I just went, man, there is nothing like getting up every day and going, God, here I am, use me. Use me somehow. Today might be the day, if you're awake and aware, that God might want to use you to live for something instead of just living on something. And when you have purpose, then you have passion. Take it today, go live for something. Then your life matters. Then you wake up and go, now this is worth living for. God bless you all. Hope this is a great time for you. We will see you tomorrow morning because I'm going to go in a different direction tomorrow morning. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.